Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, or Happy Kwanzaa. It's your boy Hakaiza the Final Brave, joined by the two Christmas elves, Crispy Kringle and Akuma Matata. We
That
here with
was pretty
another
good.
Otaku Club podcast.
Can't see it, but I'm shaking my head. Can't see it, but I'm shaking my head vigorously. Anyway, aside from these bad jokes, but you just brought up something. Akuma Matata. No, I'm not gonna do that. Fuck it. Let's talk about Utada Hikaru coming up in Kingdom Hearts 3. Apparently, they want to have her do another opening, but she's not like locked down for it or something.
Well, she's working on music. That I would assume that, of course, as per tradition, she's gonna make an opening song, and as per tradition, it's gonna be garbage.
Wait, what?
Bait it,
where did that come
bait it. There wasn't even cheese on the hook, nigga. But anyway,
Obviously there wasn't.
as usual, you responded.
Yes.
If you respond, that means
yes.
I win.
That's how it works.
But
It's just like if somebody sends you. It's just like if somebody sends you a letter of challenge. If you respond, then the other person wins. So the only thing to do is just ignore it.
wait, no, that's not how that works. You still gotta shoot them. Anyway, I'm sure that, like I said, she's gonna make a song. It's gonna be an instant classic. It's gonna get stuck in your brain. You're gonna be playing the game for like
I don't know,
15
she hasn't
hours.
done a song in like 10 years, so like she probably washed up.
She just got out of the
Man,
jam.
that's like saying there hasn't been a mainline Kingdom Hearts game in like 10 years, so it's probably gonna be. Uh-oh.
Kingdom Hearts 3 can't be bad. You want to know why it can't be bad? Because they seem to have taken the best parts from the best Kingdom Hearts games that have come out since 2. They took the free motions from 3D, and they took the drive system from 2. So there's no way it can be bad.
And they took nothing from Birth by Sleep.
Well, I mean, there was nothing really to take from Birth by Sleep.
Yeah, there was the command system, and that was pretty bad.
Yeah. Maybe they took the multiplayer.
And there was the D-Link system.
Maybe they took that incredible
man.
multiplayer system.
You know what they should do? They should just tell everybody that there's multiplayer in the game. Even if there's not. You can get away with that.
Damn,
God, what? You know, there are only a few places that people would actually they would just buy into the idea of, oh, multiplayer? Oh wait, there's none in it. Okay, well, I'll still have fun with the game. And I'm pretty sure Kingdom Hearts is probably one of those.
Yeah, but I mean, regardless of whether or not people would be satisfied with it, I think Square Enix should just go out on a limb. I think this is a creative idea to lie about multiplayer in their game.
Wait, what? No, this isn't a creative idea. There was a certain company and a certain man this year who got in a lot of trouble for that, if you happen to forget.
No, did he get in trouble? I'm pretty sure they tried to file like a class action lawsuit for false advertisement against him, and it didn't work. So
no, the class action lawsuit was actually about graphics. It was about graphics in the in-game system, which BT dubs, for anybody who doesn't
kill yourself.
Have any idea talk.
Oh my god.
Well, just for anybody who doesn't remember what we're talking about or have any idea what we're talking about. No. It's No Man's Skies. There was a class action lawsuit filed, what was it, maybe 3 months into the game's release? Actually, I might be mistaken.
It might have been just like a month, because the game hasn't been out for 3 months. The game came out in October, I believe.
Oh man, I feel the years.
I mean, one of us can fact check, but I'm certainly too lazy.
Yeah, big surprise. Felix is too lazy to do his job as the leader of the Otaku Club podcast.
I'm not the fact checker of this group. I'm obviously the liar, the cheater,
No,
the backstabber.
you're the high god of shitpost. Anyway,
Exactly.
No Man's Sky, according to what when did this game come out? Let's see. The first thing you find when you look up No Man's Sky is disappointment. Disappointment. Was No Man's Sky a disappointment? No Man's Sky is the biggest disappointment of 2016. Well, we'll get to that later.
Probably.
It came out in August.
August. Damn. That game is older than I thought.
Anyway, that's getting off topic. Yeah, there was a class action lawsuit. They were trying to sue Hello Games, and I don't know if Sony was a part of it, but the lawsuit was dropped. Of course it was, because they were arguing that the game didn't quite meet the criteria of what it was set up to be. You know, all the trailers and whatnot. But the judge ruled in favor of Hello Games, saying that they were using it as advertisement, the trailers at E3. So technically they didn't do anything wrong.
Typical.
That's fucking awful, dude.
That's garbage.
Well, ultimately it was the fact that it came down to being advertisement. I think that's what actually destroyed the lawsuit.
But Aliens Colonial Marines did the same shit, and they didn't get away with it.
Yeah, but the difference is that I think that it was shown under a different light. I think it's like the fact that it came down to it being like a trailer shown on E3. It was never explicitly shown as in-game because the guy wasn't holding the controller or anything. I think it really came down to some stupid things like that. And it's like, when you look at it, all of the features, aside from the multiplayer, are considered to be in the game. It's just shit.
C'est la vie.
Yeah, I mean, it was a disappointment. 2016's been full of nothing but disappointments.
And death.
What disappointed you guys this year?
Oh, we're gonna talk about the shitty shit that happened this year?
Yeah, I mean, why not? We might as well start with some of our disappointments and then talk about why 2017's looking pretty nice.
Let's
right?
just go back, let's go back from the most recent to further back in time. I think that the VGX 2016 was garbage. Absolutely, it's the worst that it's ever been. Ironically, the first VGX was the best one. This one was trash. Going back,
I don't know if you're joking.
I'm not joking. I'm dead serious. VGX was fucking god awful. Going further back, during the summer of this year, Danganronpa 3, the anime, and the sequel was complete booty. It was fucking garbo. I think that was even it could have been the spring actually. But either way, it was bad. It ruined the whole series retroactively. Made Junko a worse character infinitely.
A worse fucking piece of shit, awful character now. Oh, it's a character that really shouldn't have fucking been in anything but the original game, the series, story, whatever.
Trash. And let's go back further than that. Batman versus Superman. I'm dry heaving over here. That was the first movie I saw this year, and it's also the one I wanted to fucking just walk out of. It was too long. It was too boring. It was too grimdark. And that's not even a problem. You can do grimdark like the fucking Chris Nolan movies. The Batman movies. You can do that, but you gotta do it well. You don't do the shit where Superman is just a brooding piece of shit. Batman is killing people and getting angry for no real reason on screen.
Well, I mean, the movie hinted to the fact that it was after Joker had gotten to Robin, but
Yeah, it hinted. And if you watch, like, I'm sure if you watch the entire director's cut, then it makes much more sense. But when you're sitting there in the theater and you're watching a fucking almost 3 hour movie, and it was like, it was at least 2 hours and change, but you're just sitting there, you're just waiting for shit to happen. The Batman versus Superman fight only lasted like 10 minutes at most.
Well,
And then they
I think
ham-fisted.
I think they actually counted it up to like 6 minutes and something seconds.
And they ham-fisted Wonder Woman and Doomsday in there, and kill all Superman. They tried to do too much.
What do you?
Oh yeah, and
you
there
mean
was
you had a problem with? Ooh, I'm going to defeat you, Superman.
I haven't even got to Lex
Jesse
Luthor,
Eisenberg.
who was like the Joker.
You know,
Grandma's pissed.
no, what was it? Grandma cider or something. Somebody said that in the original writing for the script, Joker was supposed to be in the movie too. So people theorized that they just combined Lex Luthor and Joker into one character, and apparently the birth of that is Jesse Eisenberg. Oh God, could you imagine Jesse Eisenberg and Suicide Squad Joker in the fucking same movie?
Stop.
Wow, I must
Jared
tell you.
Leto.
I must tell you, Mr. Batman.
Okay, enough. Oh man, let me just wrap this up really quickly. Kamen Rider Ghost sucked. Views from the Six sucked. David Bowie and Prince died. Okay, I'm done.
Hawkwind.
These are the worst, but the worst of 2016?
Yeah.
Yeah, things that just sucked throughout 2016.
Star Fox Zero ruined my fucking life. It's the worst
Came
game
to his house,
I've ever
cut off
played.
his kneecaps, fucked his wife in his bed.
Ooh. Continue.
Continue.
Let me think. Damn, there's been a lot of garbage since 2016.
Yeah.
Star Fox Zero, Let It Die, a piece of shit free to play.
Wouldn't the fact that it's free to play make it less disappointing?
I
No,
think that
because it could have been good if it was just a real game.
you guys are forgetting something very important that happened this year.
What?
The fact that we all cried like anime fans on prom night.
Fuck off.
When?
Cry like an anime fan on prom night. Mighty fucking number 9 happened this
What?
year, guys.
And I'm glad I didn't.
Oh, yeah, I'm
fall
glad.
for it.
What do you mean, what? It
I
happened
could have
this
sworn
year,
it happened last. Dude, 2016 was longer than I thought it was, and overstayed its welcome.
Yeah, 2016 had Star Fox Zero, No Man's Sky, fucking Mighty Number 9. Fucking, it was a great year, huh?
Street
Got
Fighter
any,
5.
Got any anime or movies, Hawkwind?
Movies.
Didn't Independence Day come out this year?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was
garbage.
awful.
You're actually
I'm a big fan of the
Independence Day.
first Independence Day.
They killed off Will Smith off screen. He died in a fucking training accident. How? He was an ace
Yo,
pilot.
training accidents can happen all the time. Faulty
Okay.
equipment, but it's a really shitty way to kill off a main character.
Well, and it's really funny because I wonder if they had to pay Will Smith because they did have a picture of him in the movie.
Yeah, they had to pay him to use his picture. Will Smith, to put this in context, Will Smith turned down returning to Independence Day 2, but he fucking picked up the phone and said, yeah, I want to be one of the main characters of Suicide Squad.
Well,
Okay.
to be truthful though, half of the reason that movie made as much money as it did because I think it was actually Will Smith's like the highest earning Will Smith movie opening weekend. Like I think that was his highest earning one. But to be honest, that's probably half the reason people went to go see it. Aside from them saying, "Oh, we're doing a new Joker and Harley Quinn," they said, "Oh, we also have Will Smith," and Will's only in it so that his son can play
Will
Static.
Smith starring Will Smith as Will Smith.
I'd watch that.
I'll get into that later.
His
I need to
kid.
tell these people Smith theory one day, but
No.
not today.
Not today, please.
All right, Akuma, how about
What
you?
about anime? Oh, we're just moving on to me? All right, let's see. Suicide Squad was an utter load of shit. I was really hyped to see that movie. Mostly because when I first heard Suicide Squad, I made the mistake of thinking, "Oh, Deathstroke's gonna be in it!" Even though Deathstroke's not a part of the Suicide Squad. But
You saw what's his name? You saw Will Smith?
yes, I swear I didn't know it was Will Smith at first, but I swear I heard Deadshot, and I must have misheard it, and thought, Deadshot, that means Deathstroke. Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. But Deathstroke. So I was really excited about that because I'm a huge Deathstroke mark. But that movie was fucking shit, man. Like, and I still see people walking around with like Harley Quinn shirts and Joker shirts, and it's like,
No.
did you watch the movie?
Meow.
Like if people were gonna wear, if they want to wear a Joker shirt, wear the Heath Ledger one, because it's like, I'm pretty sure they're Heath Ledger Joker shirts. I don't own one.
Why so serious? Yeah.
But,
Why?
so,
Take a bite out of crime.
I don't understand. Like every time he opened his mouth, he sounded like he had a mouth.
Oh, it's because he was in on that ASMR, years before it was a thing.
oh, ew. That's really gross to think about. Ugh, I don't like that feeling.
Anyway, continue.
As far as shitty games go, it's pretty easy for me to put. It's easy for me to say WWE 2K17 was at the fucking top of the list because it just wasn't even a complete fucking game. Like, you guys probably didn't play it. I played it a little bit with a friend of ours, and in the first match, I had Xavier Woods. My friend had Dolph Ziggler, and we were fighting Brock Lesnar in what do they call that? A ladder match. And for some reason, after Dolph Ziggler got suplexed, his spine just snapped backwards, and he did the fucking rolling man out of the ring, and it was the game. The game's a shit show. You guys remember back in the day where you used to play WCW versus NWO and tilt the cartridge a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have
like that
on your
all the time.
PS2 disc. You try to play a wrestling game.
You have a scratch on any game with the PS2, and it would always end up really, really weird.
Glitchy as fuck.
Especially the bigger ones like Metal Gear Solid 3. But let's see. That was probably the shittiest game. That was probably the most disappointing movie. But if I'm going to be honest, it's pretty easy. What we can all say is one of the most disappointing animes. The Ace Attorney anime, but even more so, Berserk 2016.
Oh, oof.
Forgot about that, didn't you?
Oh, I thought you were the one who was defending that, Akuma. I thought you.
You know what? After the fucking Blu-ray disc came out,
the DVD re-releases fix everything.
Well, I mean,
not everything.
After that, there's no defending if you had to watch that shit on TV or you were watching it online weekly. Garbage, yo. Looks like actual vomit. Casca looks like a piece of Elmer glue. Like,
I'm a huge Berserk mark. Like, probably the biggest one in this room, I think. And I was watching it, and I was like, "Oh, there's some pretty cool stuff here." I actually like the opening, but it's just the more it went on, the middle of that, like the beginning parts, some people will say are bad. I think the beginning parts are all right. The ending part, I think, is actually like completely acceptable. I think that people give that part a little too much shit, but the middle of that is fucking god awful. If you haven't seen the comparison, you should look at the comparison between the DVD and the actual TV. When I forget the little girl's name, Erica, when she runs up to see Guts for the first time after he gets back with Casca, she looks like a blob of clay.
CG shows, man, not even once.
Well, that's the thing. I'm not against CG shows because
I'm against CG shows. When they come back out, or if they're VAs, then yeah, they look better. But like, you obviously see the results.
I want to say that one of the biggest surprises for me in 2016, because I guess we can move on to just real quick. Let's keep that only to one thing that surprised you. One of the things that surprised me in 2016 was actually Bubaki Baranki.
I don't know.
It was a show. Hang on. This is just for me. Early on, that show was not. Early on, like the first episode of that show, I think was really good. Then the middle half of that show, like, dipped very low. Then the ending was really, really strong. And then all of season 2 was good. I was very surprised with it. And it was mostly the fact that I feel that the characters were actually given personality afterwards. Everybody wasn't sitting around being their typical stereotypes. Like the cool kid, I forget his name, I think it was Hayato. I might be mistaking it. But the cool kid stopped being like, fuck you, I'm the cool guy, ta-cha, etc. And actually started acting like a character, actually started acting like a person, and more so acted like a young teenage boy, where he was sitting there fucking ogling his one blue-haired friend and the one Indian woman, because they have like teams in Bubaki Baranki for anybody who doesn't know, and they're all in different countries. What about you, Hawkwing? Anything surprised you this year?
Surprises? Surprised that I was able to get to play Marvel 3 again.
Yeah, that was really
that game
surprising.
Might be.
They just announced it at PSX, and they're just, it's available right now. Unfortunately, it's exactly the same as you remember.
Not even a single balance. No Western nerve, Doom nerve, Virgil nerve, no Phoenix right buff.
Doom's foot dive hitbox his entire fucking body.
foot dive. What? How did the people look at that? How did the fucking developers look at that and say, "Oh, yeah, this is fine"? What about you, Felix?
As for me, what surprised me this year, and this might shock and surprise no one, but the amount of waifus this year skyrocketed. From shitty shows to good shows, there was just like a whole bunch of, or at least for me, in my opinion, because like last year didn't really care. The year before that, didn't really care. This year, there are a lot of very appealing female characters in like anime television shows, and in real life.
You're not wrong, but I'm gonna hold you to that. So anyway, God, you fucking.
I might as well say that my next video is gonna be the top 10 waifus of 2016. So look forward to that.
How dare you shamelessly rate women?
Did I just mansplain?
How dare you mansplain to Hawkwing?
Wait a minute. Hold on.
A lot of implications.
You know what, Hawkwing, calm down. I'm offended for you.
There was a lot of that this year too.
There's always a lot of that. Anyway, let's move on to things that we liked, because I think we've shattered on everything. Let's just talk about a few things we liked. Anything good happen to you guys this year?
Good.
No, apparently not. So moving on. I just want to say real quick, just 3 animes, because I care more about anime than I do anything else. So, 3 animes I liked this year. Really liked ReZero. I know it's the fucking milk toast choice, but I liked fucking ReZero. I also liked Fate Khalid Linear Prisma Ilia, the 3rd season. Well, no wait, this would be season 4. It would technically be the 3rd manga, but it's the 4th season, unless you count the OVAs, in which case it would make it like the 7th season. Anyway, I really liked it. Great animation as always. They finally decided to move a little bit forward with the actual story, and it's much better than Nanoha Vivid. Yeah, it was much better than Nanoha Vivid, without question. And if you say anything about it, you can come fight me in real life, bro.
Okay.
I also, of course, like JoJo.
I like.
That's.
You done?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done.
Now I'll take my turn, kid. I like Sakamoto Desuga. I like Boku no Hero Academia, and I liked what's the name of that one? I'm sure it's gonna hit me anytime now. In the meantime, Hawkwing, what did you like?
In terms of anime?
Yeah.
In terms of anything.
Anything.
Oh well, yeah, anything. Pretty much, yeah. Boku no Hero Academia. Xenoverse 2.
Xenoverse 2.
That's about it, really.
Oh, Grimgar, no fantasy of fantasy.
Yeah.
That was my.
That anime really needs the DVD re-releases, because I went back and looked at it just to judge the animation, and it's A1 animation.
I thought it was fine. I thought the art style made it fine. It's not like.
No, the art style was great. I think the art style looked I think like the backgrounds for it looked very good. I really appreciated the fact that despite that they used like a different art style on the backgrounds, kind of a watercolor-esque art style, the characters didn't like really stand out to the point where it made it like distracting. They blended a little well. It wasn't quite seamless, but I feel that it looked correct.
I mean, if you compare it to something with a generic art style and with even worse budget animation, then you get Konosuba. Purely on comedy.
That's because Konosuba, much like a lot of things that are worked on by, I believe, Studio Dean. I believe it's Studio Dean. Anyway, don't quote me on that. Most of the things that seem to come out of there appear to have very low budgets, except for the things that they think are going to do great. And I can completely understand why they wouldn't think Konosuba is going to be a huge popular anime. It just exploded completely. And more credit to it. It was pretty good. Season 2's coming next year. I think they're still going to only have like a single 10 episodes. 10 episodes.
While we're shilling things that we liked, I might as well go ahead and shill Shadowverse again, which came out in October and recently on Steam. And it's having an expansion that comes out on the 28th. So if you're not into it, you should probably check it out. It's got a lot of cute anime girls, and the card game itself is pretty fun. It's like a mix of the best parts of Hearthstone and without the randomness.
Wait a minute. Are you getting sponsored all of a sudden, Felix?
I mean, if Cry Games wants to sponsor me for shilling their product, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I'm pretty sure they don't listen to that. I'm pretty sure most people don't listen to us. Mostly because you're racist and Hawkins is sexist. But at least I'm here to mitigate all that. As always.
Anyways.
Shut the fuck up.
Anything else?
2017's gonna have a bunch of good anime. I'll hopefully be making videos about it in 2017. About anime that are coming out and whatnot. And if you keep turning into the podcast every once in a while, I'll convince these losers to let me sit down and just talk about anime. And you can listen to my dulcet tones engage you.
That's enough of that!
But as far as what else to look forward to until 2017, I guess there's like Kingdom Hearts. There's the new Spider-Man movie. There's
Woo!
woo. There's well, maybe Kingdom Hearts 3 won't come out in 2017. Who knows?
I think it's promised to.
Yeah, maybe.
Uh,
There's a whole bunch of anime, like Akuma said.
yeah. I think that's just about it. Anybody got anything to say?
Any closing remarks?
Nope. I think that's about it. I don't really have much to say today.
Alright, well, we'll see you all in the new year. And until then,
You trying to think of something? Stay frosty.
no, I just
stay
choked a
smelly.
little bit. Until then, we'll see you guys.
Until then, see if you guys can come up with a tagline for us, because I can't.
Stop it.